I'm Azrienoch, this is XDA TV, and you don't know it, but Sam's twin is a fake! It's not real. He uses a split screen, you dumbass. Now my twin is real. Come say hello, twin.
Hi, I'm Azrienoch, this is XDA TV, and you don't know it, but Sam's twin is a fake.
You get tiny mouth. Alright, go shave.
Oh, okay, alright, I will do that.
That's not how I talk. You're a terrible twin. It's week 33 of 2011, and this week on XDA TV, I posted my Windows Phone 7 typography video. So if you haven't seen it, and if you liked my new video, you should check it out on XDA's YouTube channel. Also, for more in-depth coverage of news throughout the week, check out Sam's Newsplat with Caplat. For Android this week, Google made a $12.5 billion bid for Motorola. Yes, I will be talking about that later. Then the Motorola Photon 4G's bootloader was unlocked. And while we're on the subject of Motorola phones, the devs in the Droid 3 forums are looking for help from other developers to get the thing rooted. They suspect the exploit will be through the camera, but they need someone skilled enough to reverse engineer ARM files. And there still might be a hope in finding a Linux kernel exploit. Lastly, AdamOutler is still hard at work with non-JTAG unbricking methods for the Samsung Captivate. I'm pretty sure he's still looking for help getting official firmware, but that's literally the last thing to do. There was also something about leaked photos and updated source codes, but I'm still mad at HTC, and so I won't be mentioning them. And for the first time, I will be talking about WebOS. HP shut it down. It'll also be the last time I talk about WebOS. It's really sad because the Palm Trio was Bob's first smartphone, which actually makes some sense of WebOS's death. Everything she touches that has programming in it dies. Speaking of Bob, here's Bob. May the app she reviews have a long and happy life.
You should have said that everything I touch dies.
Well, that's not true.
I killed a plant. I killed my planty.
Yeah. Not all the light bulbs are dead.
You're gonna be dead in a minute. Get off my show. Hi, I'm SassiBoB, and this week I'm reviewing an app called Auto Away by dizzythermal. He contacted me on Twitter and asked if I would try out his app, and I think it's really friggin' cool. If you're in class, at work, or simply don't want your mother interrupting naughty time with her "did you poop today" texts, you'll find a good use for this app. You can also put in time delay for your response so that the person you're texting doesn't know that you didn't carefully respond to their text. It has a little notification at the top of the screen when it's running, but I would like if the notification told you which away message you're using. Now, this app is really new, but the dev is very responsive, so make sure you let him know your gripes and I'm sure he'll fix it for you. Just like dizzythermal did. If any of you would like me to try out your app, then just message me on one of my many social networking sites that I'm sure you've heard of many times before from me, including XDA, and I will let you know how I like it. See you next week, nerds! On the Windows side, a new build of Mango is available, and the DarkForces team made the very first Windows Phone 7 custom ROM. Also, Cotulla is added again, making the HD2 capable of hosting USB devices. And again, if you haven't seen my Windows Phone 7 typography video, please do. Links in the description. So, last thing for this week, a lot of people are speculating about Google's and Motorola's future as a single entity. And there's a reason that's happening. The pieces don't add up. The only thing that they made clear about their plans for Motorola is that they could now defend Android with Motorola's huge patent portfolio. And the only thing I'm certain of in this entire jungle of speculations is that Google's purchase of Motorola had pretty much nothing to do with patents. There are two reasons that I know this. First, Motorola's patent portfolio may be huge, but it's weak. Not against other Android manufacturers, everybody's weak there. These patents are supposed to defend Android against Microsoft and Apple. Yet Motorola is losing miserably to both in court. Google is about to take on those losses. Secondly, the patents that Motorola owns do not help in any way against Android's most dangerous competitor, Oracle, who in a nutshell is suing Google for using the Java language without using the Java developer kit. So here we are, knowing absolutely nothing about Google's plans for Motorola. Some people speculated that Google will phase out Motorola. It's
dying anyway. But those people think that Motorola has patents to offer. Why spend $12.5 billion on a company you're just gonna destroy without getting some worthy patents out of it? Some people speculated that Google will undercut prices against other Android manufacturers. That may get Motorola on its feet, but it completely destroys the Android platform. Android's success is in its proliferation. What, Google is gonna discourage other OEMs from making Android devices, leaving this pitiful mess we call Motorola as the sole Android distributor? I think not. I even heard a blog speculate that Google will offer free devices, and what they make from ads would cover the cost of those devices. Even if that didn't totally destroy the Android ecosystem that all the manufacturers glorified in their PR responses to Google buying Motorola, I can only see it working for low-level devices. And even then, I can really only see the low-end devices being sold at the same price as basic cell phones. People are willing to pay for mid to high-end devices from all the manufacturers. Take away the will to buy, and you take away the will to make those mid to high-end devices, effectively destroying Android-related innovation outside of Motorola, which again ends Android's proliferation. It is less expensive for companies to buy a license for Windows Phone 7 than it is to try to compete against prices that are meant to undercut yours. Is that what Google wants? To have Android exclusive to Motorola, like iOS is exclusive to Apple? No! iOS is not the most popular mobile operating system out there. Android is. They lose that if they play the game Apple's way. And this is probably the funniest bit of speculation out there. Google may be waiting around to see how well AT&T is able to incorporate T-Mobile. And if they can, they might make a bid. I mean, it's plausible, but why are you speculating that? Did you think it was so outrageous that Google is buying Motorola that you thought they'd just buy everything? Hey, I bet Google's gonna buy Jelly Belly. Why not? They bought Motorola, and they could use the jelly beans as advertising space. And that's the moral of the news this week. There is a lot of speculation going around because we don't have a clue. Not one. But that doesn't worry me. What worries me is that Google lied about buying Motorola. I tend to trust Google. I don't think they're going to do anything outrageous. And I don't mind people keeping secrets. What I mind is when people lie to hide that they're keeping secrets. That's like double the secret keeping. More than anyone trustworthy needs. Again, I'm Azrienoch, and this is XDA TV. Will the real Azrienoch please stand up?